Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, November 16, 2017. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. As the SVG Teachers Union celebrates 42 years since the 1975 teachers' strike, President of the union Oswald Robinson said today the nation's educators are doing their best and are performing well. In a recent interview with SVG-TV News, Robinson said the various examination results show that students are indeed improving, and he is convinced that educators are giving their all in ensuring student success despite numerous working and personal challenges.
We have an education system that seems to be focused on academic performance, examination driven. And I always believe that examination do not really give a true reflection of the ability of our students. There are some people just don't or can't do exams, but that is the yardstick that is used. If we have to look at CXC CPA, the results are there to show that teachers would have been performing. Okay, the pass rate would have been increasing. There are some challenges still, like in mathematics, and so on. And some of our teachers are really struggling hard to really make ends meet. We have a situation with the principals who have been short paid since 2010. Short paid of their end day allowances. The special needs teachers have not been paid their end day allowance. And these are real issues. And when you talk about these things, people think well, you're anti-government, you're against the state. No, we work closely with the state.
Robinson said the SVGTU will continue to defend the welfare of the nation's educators.
When we look closely at what has taken place in the classroom, it meant that our teachers, the workload of our teachers would have tripled, and in some cases, quadrupled, if you're going to use that terminology. But nobody has been really looking out for the welfare of the teachers except the Teachers Union. The cooperative sector out there, the business world out there, everybody is having a competition with this additional responsibility, more work. They expect the teachers to perform that and still execute the curriculum. You have a full timetable to follow. You have a course of work, but you have to put something aside to accommodate. Why? Because you want your school to be represented. You want to give the students that opportunity. But who is looking out for teachers in terms of their welfare?
Highlighting that there is always room for improvement, the SVGTU president said there is a need for better social dialogue between the state and the SVGTU.
Resources they have and the working conditions under which they operate. Okay, but yet the state does not want to engage in the social dialogue, which negotiations is concerned. You should set up a team and meet with us. Our last collective agreement was signed in 2025, and we have completed negotiations, but we are still waiting the authorities to come to the table so that we could sign on to the document. Because we live in a world that is dynamic, things are changing rapidly. Okay, and therefore we need to enhance everything. There's always room for improvement, but our teachers generally, they are performing.
And Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves at a media conference earlier this week said he and his government are interested in the welfare of all teachers. PM Gonsalves said that many educators may have degrees, but they may not be in the specific area that is required for the classroom. Hence, they may not be appointed. Dr. Gonsalves advised teachers to study more core content to ensure that they can be more diverse to instruct.
But in the teaching system, if you have 100 persons with general education degrees, but they're not able to deliver the content program, it creates difficulties for the Ministry of Education in aligning existing resources to the persons with their degrees who are available to be appointed. because I was making some of these points when I'm encouraging the teachers more and more to do, in addition to your teacher training subjects or your education subjects narrowly, to do a lot of content.
The Prime Minister said that if there are teachers who are not appointed to the graduate level and have retired, the error can be corrected so that pensions can be applicable to training.
If there are any cases where, and can be documented and shown to me, where somebody has graduated as a teacher and they have retired, but that their point of retirement puts them at a disadvantage. Well, if that case is drawn to my attention, there are ways in which we could probably try to correct that for pension purposes.
Emphasizing that his party is a Labour government which is interested in workers' rights, PM Gonsalves noted that the education revolution has caused a bottleneck in the appointment of educators.
I don't want to sing a song self-righteous about this, but believe me when I tell you, and you will see the record of this government, I am interested in the welfare of teachers, and I continue to be, and I look for ways and means of helping. Now you may say, well, this solution which Ralph has suggested, have you ever heard any of the teachers' representatives suggest that solution, the one that I've come up with? You know, it's one thing for a man to talk generally, you know. I had to find a solution to a problem. Talking at a press conference, and he ain't come in and deal with the problem in some practical way. And this is what I'm hoping that this particular approach which I've brought to bear to this thing could resolve this challenge which has arisen as a consequence of the successes in the education revolution.
This year marks 5 years since the inception of the National Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, the NTRC, Idea and Innovation ISquared Competition, an initiative aimed at developing the entrepreneurial skills of the nation's youth. At the grand finale and prize-giving ceremony for this year's competition, held Wednesday afternoon at the Methodist Church Hall, the finalists delivered their presentations to a panel of judges. Nikita Tony tells us more about the ceremony and this year's winners in this report.
Giving secondary and tertiary level students as well as other members of the general public the opportunity to develop and present ideas and mobile applications, the 5th edition of the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission NTRC's Idea and Innovation Challenge, or as it is commonly called, the ISquared Competition, officially culminated on Wednesday, November 15th with its grand finale and prize-giving ceremony at the Methodist Church Hall. The grand finale featured presentations from some 32 teams as they delivered innovative ideas and mobile applications which they believe can be the ICT solution to needs present in the society. In his featured address, CEO of the AdVillage Advertising and Marketing Company, Sean Samuel, urged all participants to continue to be creative in their thoughts, as it all begins with an idea.
Let them know that each and every one of us are blessed with great ideas, but it's up to us to take these ideas and be skillful with them. Be so skillful to sell these ideas locally and internationally for the benefit of all, and also to make a lucrative income. Ideas can be original, or it can come from someone else's idea. My urge to you is to develop it, own that idea, make it yours by patent, and skillfully deploy it.
Samuel also took the opportunity to outline how businesses can benefit from investing in a mobile application.
To nail down the best way to encourage more of this wallet opening engagement for your customers. You want to increase their interaction with your business to promote sales. Of course, you want them to provide a level of value. Reasons to consider adapting a mobile app strategy to encourage more customer engagement and satisfaction. Inform users of new products and offers. Stand out from the competition. Reach out to young demographics. Sync users' email and social media accounts. If you structure it correctly, you can receive a ton of analytics on exactly how people interact with your app.
The results for this year's NTRC's ISquared competition are as follows. In the secondary schools idea category, the Union Island Secondary School UISSGO placed third. Second place went to the Central Leeward Secondary School Fearless Leaders, with the Petit Bodell Secondary School PBSS Inventors taking the first spot. The St. Joseph Convent Kingstown Breaking Point took the third spot in the secondary school's mobile application category, with the St. Vincent Girls High School Mark Squad and the St. Vincent Grammar School Astra taking the second and first spot respectively. In the open category, third place went to the Programmers Inc., with Greenspin taking second and LX2 taking the top spot. The St. Vincent Girls High School walked away with the 2017 award for the school with the most entries. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
As it continues to foster a solid perspective of leadership among secondary school students across SVG, the 2018 edition of the RBC Young Leaders program was launched here earlier today. Under the theme, I Am We, Leading Change in Our Community. The program is expected to see more entries for the upcoming term, as many schools have re-entered. Pointing out that the RBC Young Leaders program continues to go through the process of change in keeping with the needs of the times, Representative of RBC Amelia Lau gave an overview of the program's objective.
TT wishes to foster a solid perspective for leadership. Leadership which puts service before self and emphasizes teamship will inspire, motivate, encourage harmony and respect for others and renounce violence. Leaders should be challenged to ask themselves, who, what, where is our community? Is it our school, our neighborhood, our church, or our world? They should start by defining their community and then identify a need, a gap, or problem, and then as a team develop a project for impact to address it. We encourage our young leaders to embrace this opportunity and to think globally.
Sharing a few of our experiences as well as guidelines in managing the project, coordinating teacher at the Girls High School, Latoya John, outlined that the intrinsic benefits of the program far outweigh the rewards.
For the girls, it's pleasing to see the growth in them and the development as we go from stage 1 to the final stage when they submit their project. Understand the rules properly. I don't think you work towards achieving anything of substance. So we need to understand the rules and how the project is being judged. For me, I think a strong team is important. So at the Girls High School, before we even decided to invite girls to participate in the program, we ensured that we had a strong team of teachers. To get further along, the cooperation from the rest of the staff is there, so it is important for the administration of the school to be on board with what's happening.
Senior Education Officer for Secondary School, K. Martin Jack, expressed gratitude to RBC for their continued interest in the development of the nation.
Apart from the social benefits of teamwork and building community spiritedness, the students embarking on the program are exposed to real-life aspects of project development, implementation, and management. I know that you would all like to win. However, you should be viewing this as another opportunity for adding value to your students' lives. Your genuine enthusiasm and support of the students' efforts will encourage them to be the best that they could be.
Local producers are being encouraged to work together in order to develop a niche market for their produce. This encouragement comes from Agricultural Diversification Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Colville King. King stated that small producers, particularly those of composite flour, have a small capacity and encourage such producers to work with one another to adequately service their market.
Importantly, we want to encourage producers and other supporters to collaborate in building up critical mass to ensure that we could consistently supply the market. You know, small producers can only supply this much. But if there's collaboration, then they can supply a market on a consistent basis. Also, you can supply progressively larger market with collaboration. What we're encouraging is for them to form producer associations or producer groups, which not only would collaborate in terms of doing business and doing business more efficiently, but also to ensure that they set standards which can set essentially the stage for other producers or other new entrants in the market.
King added that such industries will have a positive impact on SVG's tourism product.
Tourism is growing, and tourists usually want to have something that's unique to the country. All right, and in the area of culinary, the culinary segment of the market, we want to ensure that they have a unique Vincentian experience. We don't want any negative experiences associated with that. For the sustainability of this project, I'm encouraging consumers as well as the bottlers and the bakers and producers of the composite flour.
The enforcement of building codes and the changing of engineering philosophy is a crucial aspect in mitigating the disastrous effects of natural disasters. That's according to engineer Cecil Harris as he spoke on Magic 103.7 Sunday Brunch program, where he gave recommendations which local authorities can implement to mitigate a catastrophe after a natural disaster. He also spoke on some initiatives which are being implemented, which he deemed as positive. Harris stated that in the past, engineers would build structures with what he called 1 in 50-year events in mind, adding that such philosophy has become outdated.
But the 1 in 50-year events increasingly are becoming 1 in 100-year events, becoming more severe. So we have to change our philosophy there. We have to start designing for more severe events. A simple example would be that bridges, for example, should be single span and built much higher now. So the single span is you don't have a pier in the center of the river, for example. You just make one clean span so that the logs can't jam up underneath. Right. So that would be a simple example for bridges. Another one for drainage is that flooding only gets worse. It never gets better. So you have a flood level getting to a certain height this year. The next time it's going to be a foot higher, and that's how it goes. So you have to plan for that. So, for instance, in the case of St. Vincent, we just put down a bridge at Heritage Square, and the abutments on the Heritage Square side was set back about 10 feet in the anticipation that when they do widens at South River, the bridge is already at that span.
Harris stated that there is a need for warehouses to store critical equipment which would be needed by persons in logistics, and spoke on a project geared towards this end.
The points of distribution, as you mentioned, in a catastrophic situation, you don't even have houses left to say, or warehouses. I should point out that on the World Bank project in St. Vincent, part of it is the construction of warehouses, satellite warehouses. Beautiful. 4 of them on the mainland, that is Georgetown, Mespo, Rose Hall.
And in the Grenadines?
Yeah, we have in the Grenadines at Union and Beckway, right? And these satellite warehouses are going to house these chainsaws and the stuff, tarpaulins and stuff like that, lanterns and
cots and so on.
Cots and so on, and they also have water tanks built into them as well. Right. So under the World Bank project,
right way to go. Right way to go.
Yeah, we have these. But the logistics guys, I tell you, is crucial.
Yes.
The accomplishments of local panist Rodney Small has not gone unnoticed as the young artist prepares to host this year's edition of Steel Expressions. Commending Small for his achievements thus far was Minister of Foreign Affairs Sir Louis Straker as he spoke at the launching ceremony of Steel Expressions 2017. Sir Louis said Small is an inspiration to the youth as well as an example of a true professional.
He has gone abroad and he has built upon what he has had in order to make himself a true professional. I must say he is indeed a role model to many of our young people in that field and a great inspiration. I am exceedingly pleased of what he has been able to accomplish and how he can be looked up to for those who are aspiring to be true professionals. Go and get your training and become a true professional. Don't be satisfied with mediocrity. Don't be satisfied with what you know and you can play, you can fumble around on the keyboards. Go and get the training so that you can really be recognized not only in the village, not only in the country, not only in the region, but throughout the world.
Sir Louis said Small's musical talent has the potential to bring different people together, adding that he will put forward a proposal to make Small a goodwill ambassador.
That I bring it to cabinet that we must not despise his youth.
That's right.
And we have to make Rodney Small a goodwill ambassador. He has done a lot for us. He is doing a lot for us. And I think he would continue to do a lot for us here in St. Vincent the Grenadines. And I'm sure by the way he performs with his steel expressions and with going now international, I'm hoping that we can make St. Vincent a better known country in the world, because we must recognize that we are a small country. And it's only as we have people who can perform well, people who can speak well, people who can represent their country in every aspect, that we can put ourselves on the map.
Under the slogan for everything that matters, telecommunications provider Flow is embarking on a mission to offer its customers numerous ways to enjoy an authentic Vinci Christmas for 2017 through their Everything That Matters Christmas promotion. Speaking at a media launch on Wednesday, Consumer Sales Manager Andrea Liverpool gave an overview of some of the deals being offered through the promotion.
So we have data that would satisfy all your needs. So whether it means, keeping in contact with the family, fantastic smartphone. So our Samsung Galaxy Note 8, which is new on the market, has dual camera. That's 12 megs in the back and 8 in the front. Postpaid customers, and this is not just for new customers, but existing customers who would have recently signed on to our postpaid combo plans. Exciting news, our plans are now unlimited. So for the Christmas period, we are offering our prepaid customers our ZTE Blade for, I think it's a steal of a deal. Only $129 when you sign on to a prepaid combo plan. And you get a free gift. Fantastic deals on 3 of our product lines, adding value and everything that matters. So remember, ask yourself, what matters this Christmas?
And as they continue to roll out a number of projects aimed at offering everything that matters, Marketing and Corporate Communications Manager Nikayla Williams provided an insight into the Flow Mega Life Makeover and the Smile for a Child initiative.
And the Mega Life Makeover is going to completely turn around the life of an individual who really has it hard and really needs that break. And the way we're doing it is that we're inviting our customers to nominate persons that they know really could use this break in life. And we're going to pick one person who we're going to surprise. We are ensuring that over 100 of the children in Dominica receives a gift, a toy, from someone here in St. Vincent. And we don't want to make it impersonal. So think about you, the mothers out there, you have your young ones. It's an opportunity to teach them how to give from an early age.
Williams also pointed out that the telecommunications provider will also continue its community outreach and hurricane relief efforts.
We're going to be giving out over 200 care packages all through St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And the way we come up with the persons who should receive these care packages, we have a relationship with the community nurses, and they know the persons who are very needy, less fortunate in each of these communities. Tomorrow, we are embarking on our fundraising activity for our devastated island, the sister islands. And our company, as you would know, has formed the Cable and Wireless Charitable Foundation. We have a goal to get to $1 million US, and we are climbing. We're having a live Chinese auction sale and food sale tomorrow. That is our local initiative. And it's going to be rather exciting because everything begins at $5.